Not everyone wants to have an animal in their life. It may be hard for some pet owners to believe, but sometimes people prefer a pet-free environment. Hannah Shaw was one such person. Yet she changed her mind when she spotted something shocking in her hometown of Philadelphia. "I looked up and found this little kitten in a tree," Hannah recalled in an interview. "I climbed the tree and got her down, and I thought, oh my gosh." Hannah named the kitten Coco, who, at just a few weeks old, desperately needed special care. However, veterinarians and shelter volunteers were only able to tell her so much, so she was forced to conduct research on her own. That's when she learned that Hannah discovered there were, unfortunately, very few resources for kittens like Coco. Most of the time, shelters were struggling to care for the animals they'd already accepted, and space for new animals was in short supply. Hannah eventually adopted Coco. Not long after, it dawned on her that this, according to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, ASPCA, there are 7.6 million animals that enter shelters each year, of which 3.4 million are cats. Worse still, 70% of the cats in shelters, feral cats that aren't spayed or neutered, naturally, contribute to the high rate of stray kittens. There's even a name for the time between spring and fall when a lot of mating occurs and the cat population seems to explode. Kittens. Seasonal kitten changes do occur every year, often filling shelters to the brim in the spring and summer months, although warmer climates may see two waves of kittens, or even just 2 weeks after finding Coco, Hannah spotted another cat, later named Rufus, in a tree. A month after that, she found Zeke, who was even younger and smaller than Coco and Rufus. Nevertheless, Hannah couldn't help but get emotional when she saw Zeke. "I just started to sob," she said. "I think this kitten was maybe 3 or 4 days old. I was 20 or 21 years old, and I had no money," said Hannah. "We knew we had to bottle feed the kitten, so we went and got the supplies, but we were in way over our heads. So my friend and I agreed to co-foster and to both put money aside to try and help the kitten. I used to work in the public schools in Philadelphia," Hannah explained. "I was so dedicated to this kitten that I would sneak him into school with me because he needed to eat every couple of hours. I would actually. Luckily, when the school inevitably found out, they were quite supportive. I was able to have Zeke kind of join the classroom a little bit, and he learned how to walk on the floor of the classroom I was working in," Hannah said. When Zeke reached the standard adoption age of 8 weeks old, a good friend of Hannah's in Arlington, Virginia, adopted him. "She's a huge cat lady, and she just loved this kitten," she explained. It was saving Zeke's life that sparked Hannah's obsession with finding ways to save baby kittens' lives. She didn't want to just help kittens herself, though. She wanted to help others find the resources to do the same thing. "The lack of good information and resources is what inspired me to start my project Kitten Lady," said Hannah. "I wanted to give people a resource when they find a kitten in need." Hannah couldn't believe that, at one point, she wasn't a cat person. Hannah now spends her days organizing, providing resources for adoption, and educating the public about caring for kittens. Coco completely changed the direction of her life, and she couldn't be happier. "There's no end to the work that needs to be done, so I try to make it fun for people, and make it feel like something people can do and be proud of what they're doing," said Hannah. "My goal is to save as many lives as I can." It's so wonderful that Hannah went from not being a cat person to being such a great advocate for them. They're lucky to have her on their side. Share this wonderful story with your friends.